Hello everyone, welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program, and to the new update. 0.17 is now out, and this is going to be kind of an episode showcasing all the new features in it. No flights yet, because otherwise the episode would be way too long. One of the new features is this the menu screen has changed. It sort of zooms in, and if you move around, like that. I kind of discovered this by accident just before I started recording. There. And so they are actually 3D. I thought they were pictures originally, unless they've changed them. Don't know. And we'll start anew. Yeah, the save game was because I tried recording this episode before and something very bad something very bad happened. So I'm doing it again. Yeah, you notice the oops. Okay, this. Option career as well. They haven't made that yet, I don't think. They're working on it, but so they're starting to properly develop the game now. But you can still keep the old sandbox type out to sort of practice with. Just overwrite that. So first thing to note, I'll just select this. Oh, sorry. Even before that, first thing to note is they've changed this. Very, very nice. Second thing to note, they've changed this, the map screen. They've added a new skybox. As you can see, it's really, really, really nice. They've changed the graphics of this slightly. See a slight haze in the atmosphere there. And also, if I find the sun, there you go. You get that elliptical ring of the light bending through the atmosphere, which is really nice. That probably indicates that there's nitrogen in the atmosphere, I think. Oh, no, it's oxygen that glows pink. So, yeah, there is oxygen in the atmosphere. So we got the Moon and Minmus, obviously. We've seen the Kerbal system. But now we have a whole solar system to play with. First we got Jool and its moons. See, there's a ton of new stuff to land on. I think Jool has the most moons, including the most challenging one, which is Bob. Because first you need a ton of fuel just to get to Jool, which is a gas giant, I think. So I want to land on it just to see what happens. Whether you just die instantly or whether stuff happens first. But that's probably the most challenging to land on because it's completely mad orbit. But you've got Lathe or Lathe. I think it is pronounced Lathe, which is a very, very, very nice ocean planet. And as you can see with the reddish tinge in the pinkish tinge in the atmosphere, this is again. Sorry, that was the. I don't know whether you heard that. It was a clock dinghy, but we got a grandfather clock downstairs. But you can see that that indicates that there is oxygen in the atmosphere, so it might be able to support life. Although it is very, very far away, so it might be a bit cold. But Val, which is just like this icy, rocky planet, similar to Minmus, but a bit more detailed. Probably like a large version of Minmus, actually. Tylo, which is like the Moon, only a lot worse for wear. Slightly pink as well, I think, unless that's just slightly reddish, bit of yellow. Yeah, it's not quite a proper grey colour, so that might indicate a little bit of iron in there. And this big, massive lump of clay, which is basically, it looks like a smaller version of Minmus, actually. It's called Bop. That's probably the hardest to land on, just full stop. That's probably like if you can land on that, you know, you've just won the Ultra Award. And I'm pretty sure that at some point Scott Mann is going to make a ship that can eventually land on every single planet and its moon. But we got Duna over here. If you zoom in, it's a very Marsy sort of planet with its moon Ike. It's sort of like a big asteroid, really. There's a bit of a weird patterning there. It's probably like deposits of like mushy sort of comets just smashed into it and deposited their grey stuff on it. Sort of different type of rock or something. Now, the interesting thing about Duna is that there's a sci-fi book by a really good sci-fi author. I think it's Anne McCaffrey who wrote that. I know she wrote a ton of sci-fi books, which are great, but there was a book called Decision at Duna, where Duna was like a paradise planet. I know this isn't really a very paradisey sort of planet, but they might have a secret cave system. Might be a planet with a secret cave system and a paradise on the inside. Don't know. Although there wouldn't be any light to it unless it was the core. Ooh, that'd be trippy. But anyway, yeah, Duna was like a paradise planet, and Earth was colonizing it. But when they landed a team of colonists onto it, the colonists discovered another alien race on it, and they thought they were the natives. But the alien race were also trying to, were actually others that were also trying to colonize the planet, and the alien race thought that the humans were the natives. So they both thought the other was the native species. So everything got a bit complicated. They eventually came to an agreement. You see? Agreeing, not wars. No wars. Then we got Eve, which is very, very close to the sun. Not the closest, though. But it's a little bit closer than Kerbin. This is the one that everyone wants to land on. I think it's because it's purple and very Kerbin-ish, but purple. It's also green there, so I think that indicates a lot of nitrogen in the atmosphere. I'm not sure about the purple, though. Can't remember what glows purple. Don't know. And it's Moon Gilly, which is a bit like Bop, only a slightly lighter shade of brown. Might be because it's closer to the sun. It's probably just a rocket picked up. But it is in a really weird orbit, I have to say. But Eve is probably the one to go for if you're going to try and land on a planet, because it's got a very regular orbit and it's very close to Kerbin. It also looks like a great holiday destination if its atmosphere is breathable. And then we got, what was this one? Moho. Like the lava-y sort of volcanic planet. There's a volcano there, actually. That's a target to land on. But yeah, this is basically the Mercury of the Kerbin system. So lots and lots of new stuff to land on. And to assist, because you know how hard it is just to build a rocket that goes to the moon, to assist with building a rocket that can actually land on a planet and maybe even one day come back. Oh, if you want to come back from a planet, you'll probably want to get the Kethane mod, so you can actually refuel your ship. But anyway, to assist with interplanetary travel, they have added interplanetary parts. This is what I was going to show you here. So if I just put this on, up here, they've added an atomic rocket motor. Atomic rocket motors use sort of a fission reactor inside that the standard hydrogen fuel, liquid hydrogen fuel, just passes through. And instead of the power of it being ignited that pushes the rocket, it's actually the power of it being superheated, like they do with steam in a nuclear reactor, in a nuclear generator, power plant place. But yeah, it's more the force of it being pushed out of the back by being heated up so strongly that that provides the force and the thrust. So these engines are actually a lot more efficient and use a lot less fuel for the power than other types of liquid fuel engine. The problem is that their thrust is very low, but that's actually fine for interplanetary travel. Long, slow burns are not a problem. It's really if you wanted to actually get off the ground in the first place, you wouldn't want to use an atomic rocket motor for that. But for getting into orbit and orbital adjustments and stuff, or relatively light loads, they're brilliant for. We've also got large RCS fuel tanks, which is great because now you can finally fit RCS fuel to the bigger parts. And we've got these separatrons, which, if you look very, very closely, they've also upped the sensitivity of this zoom as well. But if you look very, very closely, it's like a little solid rocket booster. It burns for 5 seconds, its thrust is 20, and it assists with separations. So if you rotate it round, like so, then when you activate the decoupler, that will thrust in the opposite direction, or it will well, thrust in whatever direction you want it to, depending on which stage you put it on. But when you separate, it will fire the two sections apart, basically. If you put it that way around and it thrusts upwards, the section you've just jettisoned will speed away from you. Or if you put it the other way around, then the section like up here would boost away that way. And it also can be used as a handy little just general thrust motor. But it's mainly designed for separating stages and stuff. You could use it as a spin motor as well if you twisted it round a bit. I think that's all the new parts in this section. Yep. And I only know all this from the README. But this is a new, bigger, advanced SAS unit, so you don't have to mount all the RCS and SAS on the top here, which is brilliant. So now we can actually fit the parts on here and have the rocket looking good. If I just put them down there and put a decoupler on there. And a parachute. Oh no, I've got the parachute yet. But another thing is the adapter, which is very useful. which means if you wanted to put a nuclear engine onto a stage like this, you could either put it this way round to have a smaller part then attached to a bigger part smoothly, or if you twisted it round, you could have it that way round. It's a fuel cross-feed capable, so it's fine having a fuel tank there and an engine there, and put an engine on the bottom. There you go, very nice clean looking craft there. So that's for there. I think that's the only part they added in this section, as far as I can see. Just put a parachute on the top. Oh, no, I think that's it. Oh, I thought there was another one. No, okay. That's it for that. So, with these new parts to play with and stuff, we're going to have a lot of fun trying to get to new planets and things. If I just add a couple of launch stabilizers on this. Oh, 3, fine. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. These little icons down here, they show your center of mass, your center of thrust, and your center of lift. It's down there. So you can make sure everything's balanced properly. So if we just launch this. So we've got Chadin, Kurlong, and Malmund. Now, the interesting thing, I don't know whether this will be able to take off on its own, but I'm not doing any proper flights yet. You know, we've got the EVA button here. Well, we've also got an IVA button here. So the guy in the middle is on the lower section of the capsule, and the guys on the sides are in the higher section. You'll see what I mean in a second. Boom! Instant cockpit. And you can see your other Kerbals there. There you go. So you got the windows, you can see out of them. All of these displays are also live as well. You got your throttle, like that. You got your RCS, SAS. You got your surface radar, which means that I think that tells you how far you are away from the surface, from the bit of land that's directly beneath you. If you're going to try and land on a hill, you know exactly how far away you are from the surface there, rather than trying to sort of give a rough guess based on how far away you are from sea level. So that eliminates all problems with that. I think that's that's the vertical speed indicator. That's the altimeter. That's the atmosphere gauge. That's the general pitch and roll stuff. So which is all on. Oh yeah. Oh V. Okay. And this is Kurlong at the bottom here, who's got this view and the fire extinguisher and stuff. You can see yourself as well, unlike many games. So very nice view around. And you can look at the guy over there, and out the window there, the VAB. Press C to get out of that. So let's just see if this thing takes off, just to see. No, it doesn't. It falls apart. Let's just separate that and try and rock our way to freedom. No, it's not happening. You can see the oh, something just happened. Oh, we're going down. We're going down. Oh, ow. Oh, explosions. Oh, we survived. Awesome. Okay. Well, we'll just end this flight. I haven't actually properly played this yet, so in the coming episodes we're going to have a lot of fun with all these new features. They're all screaming. Also, planes as well have the internal cockpits as well. I think they're slightly different because they're specifically for planes. If I just have a look at that. And over to the space plane hangar. And we'll pick a space plane part. This cockpit will do. And we'll just launch. And we got Kurlong in here. So he must have survived. And, oh yeah, you can see the background's different there. And he doesn't have a helmet on either. So just IVA. And there's nothing... Oh, okay. There's absolutely nothing here. Maybe this one hasn't been finished yet. Okay. Well, let's just end this flight. And pick this one. And we'll have a view from Chadlin. Again, nothing. Oh wait, hang on. Oh no, I thought there was a window for a second there. Okay, maybe these haven't been finished yet. I think that's a window. Oh no, it's not. What view has he got? Ah. Okay. Okay, I think the one that I know has definitely got a cockpit is this one. Whoa, that's a little bit of a scary face down there. This should have a cockpit. Pretty sure it should. Hey, there we go. Okay, this one has the cockpit. Do not block. It's blocked. Exceed operational limits. This is Kerbal Space Program. We will always exceed operational limits. There's our throttle and all our SAS and RCS and goodness. Whoa, there. And it's a very nice cockpit design as well. Whee. Oh. There we go. So, one more cockpit to look at. Actually, yeah, in the spaceplane hangar, which is this one. He says going back by accident. There we go. So we've got Kerbal again. There we go. Okay, IVA. Wow, very nice. This is a very compact one, I see. If I just, you don't seem to have a... Oh, wait, there's a window up there. Okay, there's a window there. You don't really have much of a view, do you? That's a shame. Are any of these actually... Nah, you can't yet, I don't think. There's so many switches and knobs and... Wait! Oh, you can control that. Oh, this is good. I think that's the only thing that you can interact with at the moment. Those are lights, obviously. It's anything that changes if I do that? No, I think it's just that you can control at the moment. Okay, well, that's a look at all the features. Just sort of a rough guide over everything that's been added, as well as they've revamped the physics as well. That's something else they've done. To fix any spacecraft bugs and tweaks to parts and things, and they've revamped some of the part descriptions and things. So next episode I'll start having a play with all the new parts and making space planes whilst flying in the actual cockpits, which is going to be pretty good. See if we can land on the runway as the Kerbal it would if it was real. So subscribe for more, and I will see you next time for a lot more KSP goodness. Goodbye.